Fuck my life into pieces. This is my last Very quick thing to say before we start this video. I have actually done a Q&A before on my channel that no one's watched. So if you are interested in why some really basic questions didn't come up, it's in this video right here. It's there. It's gonna cover my face. Alright, that's the tweet there, right? And then, I just drag it up. No fucking replies. Alright, GG, Twitter. Okay, so I'm gonna read from my desktop, which is down there. So I will be like that and then come up. Alright, let's do that. Joel asks me to marry him. I'm sorry, Joel, but I can't. You know I love you, but I can't. Do you sleep with your closet doors open or closed? That's a very weird question. Do people... Closed? Why would I sleep with it open? As a child, what did you want to be when you grew up? I have no idea. I just wanted to play Pokemon. Have fun, Isn't that what everyone wants? What do you prefer the most in voice acting, and why? Well, I think my favorite part of voice acting is getting to work with other people, and you have to... It's normally never a one-person thing, right? You have to act with other people, and you have to play off each other, and you have to understand each other and what you're both going for, and the kind of character and the kind of tone you're trying to set. I really like that, it's as much of a team thing as it is a solo thing, It matters how good you are, and it matters how well you can work with a team. And, I love meeting new people, and it's one of the best ways to connect with someone and be friends with them, through voice acting alongside them. So, yeah, that. I know that sounds really corny, but it's honestly really fun. Reaction videos are great, don't you think so? I fucking hate reaction videos. What's so great about German accent? Okay, right. This is just me. But I love a good German accent. I think they're so fucking hot. I just love them. They just sound amazing. I don't know. Alright, leave it. You probably like hentai, right? You don't see me asking about your hentai. If Hunter x Hunter is my favorite anime, why don't I make content about it? I think mainly because I do Tsukiyama, and the only character I think I could voice from Hunter x Hunter is Hisoka. And Hisoka is basically Tsukiyama, right? He just loves little kids, and he screams a lot. Maybe I'll probably end up putting him in a yandere simulator thingy or an anime play video, because that's a fantastic idea, and thank you for giving me that. Can I fist you daddy? Yeah. Current Netflix binge? I just finished Arrested Development. That was amazing, and I watched that all in one go. That was so funny. I love Job. Okay, this is a question I get asked all the fucking time. All the time. My hair shakes, that's pretty cool. How did I figure out I could do the voice of Sebastian, as they say? Well, I didn't know. I was like, right, I want to make a YouTube video, I want to make it really funny, not just to me, but to everyone else. And I was like, okay, prank calls are kind of funny, if they're done right. And I was like, okay, well, I'll make it an anime-related one, because at this point in time, I was a really, really big anime fan, and I watched a lot of anime. And so I was like, okay, well, which character do people really like? Which character has a really big following on the internet? And I was like, okay, well, Black Butler has a really, intense fan base, as I'll say. I will say intense. I'm kidding, you guys are really nice. And I was like, okay, fuck it, you know what? I think I can do Sebastian, because I'm British. And I can kind of go kind of high like Sebastian. So I was like, oh, maybe I can do Sebastian. When I started getting a lot of comments were like, is this the real guy? And I was like, oh, I really must sound like Sebastian. How do I feel about the genre of horror in movies, games, and literature? Fantastic question. I hate it. Another question that I have also gotten a lot, and I mean a lot. What got me into voice acting, I hear you say? One day I was terribly bored, and I mean beyond bored, man. I just finished watching anime. I wasn't ready to commit to a new one. I'm kind of feeling this whole voice acting thing. Maybe I could do it, I do a few silly voices, And later I learned I was terrible. I was really, really bad. Yeah. How did I get into it? It's just one of those things that I was like, fuck it, I reckon I can do this. And obviously I wasn't very good at first, but it's one of those things where you have to keep at it. Then you get good. If someone sent me a dildo over my P.O. box, what would I do? I would find some definite way to incorporate it into a video. I think it would be a fantastic way to hang up on someone, just like you fucking slapping it with the dildo, the hang up button. I think that's fantastic. Someone send me a goddamn dildo. Don't send me a dildo, please. it's hard enough to explain the shit I own to my parents, you know? Like, I moved back for the summer, just for like a month or two, and they're like, what is all this shit you bought, Connor? Why do you own a top hat and a smoking pipe? You started smoking, you little fuck! Are you Pokemon Go? Because you make me want to go out with you. That's not a question. We all have that one thing that we feel passionate about and we could talk about for ages. What's mine? That's a good question. Up until recently, I'd say maybe the past couple of months, I haven't really watched many, but I am a huge, big fan of martial arts movies, and I know it sounds so weird because they are really fucking weird, but I just love, like, I love Jackie Chan, I love Bruce Lee, I love Jet Li, I love Donnie Yen. Dude, Donnie Yen is a fucking, he's a legend. If you don't like martial arts movies, right, and you wanna kind of give it a chance, you know, watch Yip Man. It's spelled IP Man. It's really good, and honestly, it's one of my favorite movies of all time. And it's honestly like my guilty passion where I just watch them, you know. It's always been like my guilty passion to just like watch a ton of these martial arts movies, because sometimes the story is fucking awful, but I don't mind because Jackie Chan is kicking ass and that's all that matters in life to me. How do I feel / react when I get fan art from my viewers? It's honestly one of the best feelings. It's like, I don't know how to describe it. Someone likes you enough or enjoys your content enough to wanna, I guess, make something for you. It really means a lot to me that people are willing to take time out of their day to make something for me. What anime would you suggest to someone who is new to the community? If they've watched zero anime, watch Death Note. Death Note, it will by far get them to appreciate anime more and have a bit more respect for it as a, well, mature way of telling a story. As Death Note really does appeal to every single audience out there, you know? It treats, I'd say, children with a level of maturity that allows them to appreciate the story because it's not too complex. But then adults as well can also enjoy it due to the themes and just how dark it is and how really well done it is, and I think Death Note is the perfect thing for anyone who wants to get into anime. What character is the hardest to play and how do you get in their mindset? This is a thing that I think a lot of people don't really appreciate about voice acting, is getting into the mindset of the character. And I don't know why, but I really struggle with characters that are really withdrawn and really don't express themselves a lot, and the only way they really express themselves is through really tiny details and a few small things. Like, for example, Levi, I mean, not in the English dub, but in the Japanese version, he's really withdrawn, and to convey the emotion without actually doing a lot of emotion per se and not being loud or vocal is really hard, and you really have to get into the character. Do I speak any other languages besides English? Yes, Welsh. Would I give up anime for $1 million? You know, it's fantastic, but I can live without it. Who do I like doing impressions of the most? It's a tie between, I got Shizuo or Sebastian. I really like Sebastian. He has a really strong presence whenever he's in a scene, and I really like that, even though he's so withdrawn. I just think that's amazing, and his voice is just so smooth on the mouth, and oh, it's fantastic to be very British, you know. What are my thoughts on Ouran High School Host Club? It's a quality show, and it's one of those shows that you can watch anytime and enjoy. What would you call your favorite anime dub? Baccano. The fucking Baccano dub is the best dub they've ever made, Funimation. I love you. Make more Baccanos. How do I distinguish between my Sebastian voice and my Kyoya voice? Okay, I didn't do it very well in the Host Against Humanity, but okay. Sebastian is a lot more high-pitched, you know. He's very elegant, you know, very classy, you know, and whatnot. And I feel like Kyoya is a lot more laxed, you know, and sometimes his voice goes a bit more American than Sebastian's would. Kyoya always sounds very laid back whenever he's saying a sentence, you know, and I really like that about Kyoya. Alright, weebs, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this. We'll definitely do another one, maybe at the end of the month or whatever, you know, we'll see.